Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all fabulous. Hello Church Nelly. Hey Jen Garcia. Hey Connie. Hey Lightside. Everybody, it is Lightside's birthday. Everybody give Lightside a cheer. I cannot play the applause music because I no longer have the license for it. So I don't have the actual applause sound effects today. Sorry. So happy birthday, Lightside. Yay. Happy Forever 21. Oh my goodness. I hope you're having a lovely day. Okay. Yes, Lottie, that red dress. I am mentally going to be here for the rest of 2025. All right, let's get straight into it because there's actually a lot to get through today and I want to get through it at least within an hour. Oh, nothing's going okay for these royals. Nothing's going okay for them. Let's start with Charles, shall we? Or the royal household, rather. So, Windsor Castle has advertised for a housekeeper. And isn't it funny? It was only a couple of weeks ago, actually, I did a whole podcast on the low pay in the royal household. I literally did a whole podcast on this. So originally, it was 22,000 per annum. So that would equate to just 10.57 an hour. So 87p less than the national minimum wage of 11.44. And by the way, that is far below what you should be paying anyone in this particular area. And I don't even what is the tax threshold? Because I'm pretty sure you would still get taxed even on that. But anyway, it is horrid pay. Now apparently it does come with living quarters, but still that is just unacceptable. Now they did actually change it to 24k per annum, saying that there was an error, which I'm sorry. I think they just realized that people were up in arms and they added an extra measly £2,000. In any case, a lot of these big stately homes should be open to the public and they should be paying for themselves. They should be tourist attractions. We should not have all of these stately homes just for one small family. Let them have a cute little cottage somewhere and just be like baubles and decorations for the nation. They don't need these huge stately homes. And you wouldn't need all these staff if you didn't have them with all of their servants. But if anybody would like to go and apply for that job and be our royal insider, our spy, please go ahead. I feel like we should try and get at least one squaddy in there. Is there any squaddy that can, talk the talk, put on a fine accent, know how to sit with the proper posture? Can you get into the royal household? There's got to be someone. There's got to be a good squaddy who's listening, who's like a plumber or something. Anywho, next thing. I saw this and it made me mad and it's making everybody mad. So it was baby loss. It is Baby Loss Awareness Week. And the Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram, that's for William and Kate, posted this. Baby Loss Awareness Week is such an important moment to support those who have experienced the devastation of baby loss, sending love, strength, and hope to anyone affected. Now, this is signed with C, meaning that it's signed with Kate. C for Catherine. Supporting everyone except for your actual family member who had a miscarriage and was SCI'd during her first pregnancy. And you said nothing about either of those two things and you didn't support her throughout either of those two things. But here you are, lighting candles for Instagram. That's interesting. I'm not the only one that's actually posted this. My post on Twitter has been retweeted hundreds of times. And as have other people who have posted about it as well. Pretty much everybody who's posted about it, it's been retweeted hundreds of times because people are saying, excuse me. And this is a picture, one of the few paparazzi pictures that we got of Meghan and Kate out. I think this was meant to be some kind of family day. Meghan was ignored. You can see one of the handlers there. I mean, look at the way that this troll is looking at a woman holding her baby. This is what Meghan was met with day in and day out. Just being treated like she was below these people's feet, when she's single-handedly the classiest, most put together, hardworking person that's probably ever walked in to those castle walls. And this is how they treated her. What type of man looks at a woman and her baby like this? Disgraceful. And of course, Meghan spoke openly about her miscarriage. And there was no statement from the palace. There was no statement from anyone. They can never do right what's close to home, but they always want to put on a show like they're supporting a cause. You see this with, the anti-bullying campaign. They didn't protect Meghan, still aren't protecting her and her children and Harry, but they're involved in all these anti-bullying campaigns. It doesn't make any sense. And they do it, it's a way of them deflecting from the fact that they can't clean up at home. They can't make peace at home, but apparently William wants to make peace in the Middle East. And yet he's sending text messages to his brother and sister-in-law that had her flabbergasted. One day we're going to know what was in that text. And this Bernal observation here was correct. Much of the chaos William continues to generate against Princess Meghan is because she knows what he wrote in this text. Okay. Anyway, more and more people are starting to see just how ridiculous all of this is. Glitter magazine, who I've never heard of before, but they have a very big following. Somebody responded to one of their posts. I think they had posted about Meghan, and then some deranger posted, "Dear Glitter, sadly no one cares. Old news, which just happens to coincide with Catherine's appearance." And then Glitter magazine responded by saying, "PSA, you are here in the comments caring." And then somebody said, "What an immature response." And then Glitter magazine responded, "Don't call us and we won't come for you." And somebody else responded, "What's the collective age of the editorial board, 30? And then Glitter magazine said, "You're proving grandmas can be online bullies too, and that's just sad, indeed." And FYI, I went through all of Glitter magazine's feed. They've actually had, anti-bullying campaigns, self-love campaigns for a long time. So they're not just jumping on the bandwagon. They're not new to this, they're true to this. And they've definitely got a couple more fans after this thread went viral. You know who's losing fans? The likes of Camilla Tominey. This popped up on feed again. I mean, who could forget this? You look at this picture of Camilla and Meghan and Harry. The way she's positioned Meghan directly facing her. Babe, this is a one-sided battle. Meghan lives rent-free in your head. There's no battle here. But this illustrates, this article, this came out a while ago, by the way, for those of you who are new around here, but it perfectly illustrates, I think, the mentality of a lot of these royal rota rats. They personally feel like they've been dumped. It was nothing but your job. And it's a job that's quite frankly no longer even needed, because all you are is a propaganda mouthpiece. And I think they're starting to realize, finally, I think we're in the 25th stage of grief. I mean, I know the psychology book said that there were only 7, but for the royal reporters, there's 25. And we're now at I think we may have finally accepted, maybe we're getting there, almost accepted that Harry and Meghan aren't coming back. And that Harry and Meghan aren't going to be involved with us in any type of way. And that we have been shut out. Queen's Maid saying, "This is when it dawned on me that at the heart of the British media hate and smears of Prince Harry and Meghan is a media feeling jilted that Harry and Meghan refuse to acknowledge them. They want badly for the couple to want and need them. By shutting them out, Harry and Meghan powerfully prove they're beyond them." Exactly. because I don't think I have it on my screen, but I had a picture of a collage of every single media outlet that had Meghan tweeted, news articles written, even she was even on the cover of the Daily Fail. They need Harry and Meghan especially, more than Harry and Meghan need them. They're no longer needed because guess what? I'm the star here, and whether you like it or not, you're going to write about me because you need that money in your bank. So I don't have to have you around. I don't have to have you involved. And I'm still going to make the headlines. And all I have to do is put on a red dress. And you people are going to talk about me for a whole week. Sorry, I think I just hit my mic there. You people are still going to talk about me for a whole week just because I wore a red dress. So who has the power now? They are truly pathetic. Right, let's go to your comments. Yes, Lightside, the whole thing about the baby loss awareness week, horribly tone deaf, horribly. I saw that and I was just like, this is a mean girl post or mean people post. Elfas, I used to think that the royal family all just live in one big palace. Listen, don't feel bad. I live in the UK. I grew up in the UK, and I actually used to think that they all lived in Buckingham Palace. That's what I used to think. Quite frankly, I think we should probably all just, put them all in one big house. Let them fight together in one big house. And open up all of the others to the public. Yes, Church Nelly, something is seriously wrong with these people. We can say that again. The last I heard, when they to be opening some of the palaces to Ukrainian refugees, what happened to that? We never had a follow-up on that. William out here trying to end homelessness. Open up the palaces then. Yes, Wendy, the losers wake up every day to find a way how to hate Harry and Meghan. Truly vile. Yes, Dorothy, they've been dumped and they just don't know how to handle it. You've never seen anything like it in media, truly. Joan Commonwealth, they will never reach the acceptance stage. Mr. Ross will have to publish another book with many more sages agree, and that's impossible. I feel like we can find more sages agree for the Royal Rotorats. Oh gosh. The psychology books need to be rewritten. Okay, next thing. Let's move on to Charles. Charles and Camilla aren't going to face a very warm welcome when they go down under. They'll probably get a little bit more of a warm welcome in, I think, Samoa. That's where they're also going to go. But Australia's saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Every Australian state leader gives King Charles the cold shoulder and pulls out of meeting him when he jets down under. Graham Smith, head of Republic, who is down there. I mean, I think he'll be the only one greeting Charles at this point. They're not my kinfolk. Says state premiers are hundreds of miles from each other. The idea that they should fly to Sydney or Canberra to meet their absentee head of state at a great cost to the taxpayer is nonsense, indeed. I mean, the idea that Charles is going is indeed nonsense. And like I said in my other podcast, I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that they are still jilted by how popular Harry and Meghan were. I wasn't actually following Harry and Meghan very closely at that point, and I didn't realize, it's only now that I'm, seeing all this come up because of this tour with Charles, that I'm seeing just how big of a deal it was when Harry and Meghan were there. I mean, it was a rock star welcome. I don't think I've seen crowds like that for a celebrity probably since like the height of Justin Bieber's fame. It was wild. But this for royals. And then they also announced the pregnancy. Craig Foster saying, not a slap in the face. Australians just aren't interested anymore. The vast majority of us want to move on. Monarchists who want Aussies to bend a knee and who are desperately holding on to the past are less than 8% of the country today. I actually think it's a little bit more than that. But it's a very, very, very small amount. I mean, even the monarchy, the official monarchy group, or one of them, the largest one, I think they only have about 20,000 members. 20,000 members in a population of, let's see, Australia's population, 26 million. 20,000 members in a population of 26 million. Those are the ones that actually pay some kind of membership to this so-called monarchist group. And many of us also want historical accountability and not to be associated any longer with a monarchy with both positive and very negative legacies here and across the former British Empire. Something that Charles should be asked about when on Australian soil. They probably won't. I mean, I'm hoping there's some rogue reporter that has the backbone. They probably won't. And I mean, it's a sign of the times, isn't it? It'll be interesting to see maybe last minute if they send any type of official. I mean, I'm sure there'll be an official. I don't know, maybe a cultural secretary or someone. But this is very telling. This is not like anything I've actually seen before. And obviously the Daily Fail is out here with these headlines. The woke leftist Australians determined to wreck King Charles's historic trip down under. Historic for what? Oh, I also forgot to say, another reason why I think they feel jilted by Australia also is because that's when Diana really became the star. And on that tour, she was even crying in front of the cameras because she was being tortured by Charles. So Harry and Meghan's popularity when they went to Australia and also New Zealand, and the fact that I don't think Charles has ever gotten over the fact that it was Diana that was popular. I don't think Camilla's gotten over it either. And she's really, I'm going to feel just how unlike she is. She will never have the love of Diana. She has Charles, but I don't even think she wanted Charles, honey. She wanted the crown. I don't believe she wanted Charles. Anyway, the former Australian Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, during his term, actually said that the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah bolstered his argument for Australia cutting constitutional ties. And now he was part of the Liberal Australian Party, and the party's ideology has been referenced to as liberal conservative, economic liberalism, social conservatism. The national right faction of the Liberal Party has also been referred to as right wing. So the idea, the reason I bring all this up is because you've got the Daily Fail here saying woke leftists. Well, naturally, there's different branches of the Liberal Party. Some of it is more right wing. So you can't just say that it's leftists who want the monarchy gone. There are also an awful lot of people who lean more right who want them gone too. So that's completely inaccurate. Oh, not a good day for Charles. Not indeed. I mean, look at this. Yes, why won't Australians bow to me? It's so weird. I mean, when you look at very old footage, I don't know if it's the graininess, the fact that obviously Lizzie was very beautiful when she was reigned, but there's something about watching those old images, even though you know the history and everything behind it, there's this glittery fairy tale kind of film over it that makes it bearable. This, it looks like everybody went to a costume party. And as Anne Boleyn said, yes, every evil that has been wished upon Meghan has been returned to sender. It's quite something to consistently see over and over again. Indeed. I mean, you had people saying that Harry should be thrown off the balcony at the Jubilee, and then them people were falling down the stairs. All types of karma seems to be coming for people who come after Harry and Meghan. Sarah Niggling Feeling No Neck Vine, who was married to Michael Gove, who wrote that infamous article, I have a niggling feeling about Harry and Meghan's engagement, only to be divorced by her husband. Imagine being divorced because Michael Gove didn't want you. Embarrassing. Okay, let's go to your comments. Oh, Rahini, hey. Rahini, I would still like you to do a reading of my book. So, can I send you a PDF version or something? Or the ebook version? If I'm not able to send you the print version where you are, I can send you a PDF of the ebook version. Because I don't know if, or you let me know if Amazon can ship where you are. Yes, actually, the reaction to Meghan's red dress is beyond the pale. And it's a dress that she wore before. She just took off the train. Cookies and cream. The glitter article needs to be plastered all over social media and let it trend. Everybody needs to read it. I didn't read it, but now that you've said it, I will go and check it out. Thank you. Yes, Wendy, the two hours going down under are in for a very bumpy ride. I mean, now I'm actually looking forward to it. Let me not jinx things. Let them go. Rahini needs to send it via email. Okay, thank you so much. I'll send it via email. Yeah, now I'm actually looking forward to it. Considering what we got in Kenya, you had Camilla sulking in the car. Complete opposite to what we saw last time. And Premier Roger Cook saying this, he would be delighted at the idea of Prince Harry coming with the King's royal tour still uncertain. So, see, people want Harry and Meghan. That's who they want. And you know who I think was probably expecting Harry and Meghan when they were told that a royal was coming and got something else instead? These people right here. These people right here looking very, very confused at Duchess Sophie. When I first saw this, first and foremost, these pictures, by the way, let's start here and then we'll zoom in. These pictures were posted on the royal family Instagram and I couldn't believe it. So she went down to Chad. She was just in Malta with Edward, ignoring the Prime Minister and not shaking his hand. And here she is. She went on her own just as well because it's awkward enough, just her. I think this would be even more awkward with Edward. She went down to Chad and I believe they were talking to survivors of abuse and this is all meant to do with women's empowerment. Do these people look engaged? Do they look like they even know who this lady is? Do you know what? It literally looks like they told them that a Duchess was coming, a royal was coming, and they were probably expecting Harry and Meghan. And then this is what they got. They look so disengaged. Like, they literally took Sophie and told her to just stand in front of these people. She looks uncomfortable. She doesn't really look like she wants to be there or she's engaged. Apparently this UNICEF was also here. So I'm wondering if UNICEF were just doing something anyway. And then they asked if they could just plop Sophie in between and have some pictures taken. This is so uncomfortable. And yes, I know, especially in the bottom picture, they're probably having a very deep conversation. So I wouldn't expect people to be smiling while talking about sexual assault, but they still just look so disengaged. And then the picture on the top, those look like very, very young people. I'd like to know, if anybody actually has video of this, because I couldn't find any video, I'd love to see it. Because it almost looks like they're not even having a conversation. It's like she's going down the line, staring them down, probably just saying, oh, hi. It doesn't really look like any real conversation is being had. Some of them aren't even looking directly at her. The whole thing just looks utterly awkward. And these were posted on the royal Instagram. This is the best from these pictures. Even if you look at the top picture, where you have the lady in the back with the kind of like reddish brown hijab. she's like, it's like Sophie's smiling at someone or something, but their people in the background are looking at the camera and they look annoyed. Like it's just like, why is this lady here? Like, why has she come? And you know what? I don't blame them for looking like that. I would have that expression as well. And why is she smiling when they all look annoyed? Like, I feel bad for these people. It's like they didn't even know that they were being set up for a photo op or something. And it's interesting, I haven't seen any video. But this is what happens when you just go to be seen and you don't come with anything. You don't come with anything impactful and nothing impactful to say. Even words alone can be very powerful. But when you haven't got anything of substance to say, what do you say to people who live a life that's so miles away from the... I mean, the privilege that Sophie is afforded. And it's a pattern. And you can see the difference between Harry, Meghan, and Diana, and the others. Babies crying, children looking away, babies sulking. Oi. Okay, I'll go to your comments. Yeah, listen, our good sis was thinking, can I go home? I heard that sometimes when they do these tours, like they will just take school children, they won't even be told what they're going to do, having them stand in the heat waving flags, and they don't even know what they're going there for. And then they just see these people walking past and they're waving. Rahini says, Squaddies, I feel like we need to enact Operation Nostradamus and make Harry king. Listen, Nostradamus said what he said. Where is he now? Have I got the picture? I mean, is the way we keep getting articles about, William's coronation, all these weird leaks. See, even my cat is fed up. You can hear her. I know, darling. I'm fed up too. We're all fed up. Yeah, blank faces. I mean, I feel sorry for them. Kimmy said, these women look like they're being held hostage. They clearly don't look like they want to be there. What we're spending 500 million for. Oi. Hey, Thrive with Liv. How are you? Lottie, I wonder where Harry and Meghan are going next. That's what I'm looking forward to. Well, it seems that Harry and Meghan now have a policy, and I like it, of going where we're invited. They were invited to Nigeria. And they didn't come empty-handed. They were invited to Colombia. And I haven't read it, by the way. I've been a very naughty squaddie. But I'm interested to read what is in the Archwell report. And that's another thing that they're clearly doing differently from the firm. They're actually producing impact reports so we can see what's been done. Yeah, even my cat is bored. She's bored of this. Them showing up to places and just giving a smile and wave here and there.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes that's more than financial.
Yeah. Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
Okay. Next thing. Let me grab my notes because I think we've got some articles to read. William, always chasing Harry's tail. Seems like he wants to get into American football as well. It's not enough that he's head of the FA. Oh, no. No. He wants to get into American football as well. So here he is. Can anybody give me a caption for these pictures? Best caption wins. So this is from SNUBBED. It says, for years, the Prince of Wales work events have consisted of for years, the Princess of Wales work events have consisted of send Kate somewhere and have her do some stunt for the cameras. The lack of substance was the point. It was solely about the photo op. Things haven't changed. So we got events that amounted to Kate goes down a slide, or Kate makes jazz hands at a painting, or Kate wears a life vest. Kate has been largely absent from public events this year, so I guess Prince William is trying to fill that void with his own stunts. Today's episode of Who Throws the Ball. The verdict is in, and it seems Prince William has a hidden talent. He has a golden arm, really. A former Welsh rugby player who is... Lewis Rees-Zammit, a former Welsh rugby player who is now a wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars NFL franchise, tells people that it was great. It was a lot better than mine. Thankfully, in my position, I just have to run and watch. Rees-Zammit adds he would definitely be a quarterback one day, for real. William, a passionate sports fan and president of the Welsh Rugby Union, was interested in Rees-Zammit's transition from one sport to another. Looking at the photos, no, William is not a natural. He could not be a quarterback. He has no idea what he's doing. To be fair, American football is not big in the UK whatsoever, and this was probably William's first time handling an American football. But to see him lavished with praise for this photo op is really something. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Also, Harry attending the Super Bowl a few years ago and being lauded by the American sports community still stings, right? Look, Harry, I'm into football too. Pay attention, Harry. And that's literally what this feels like. Like, why is he suddenly hanging around with an NFL player and playing football? This is what we're paying $500 million a year for? The jealousy is real. Oh. I mean, he's had all the time to form his own destiny, knowing that he's going to be king, and hasn't managed to. And the only thing William seems to be going viral for is his looks. This was posted by Duchess of Poms. Somebody posted, define aged milk, and then she, quote, tweeted it with, I don't believe there's any other answer. And it's a picture of William, younger and older. And that has got 12 million views. That's what William is going viral for. And all of the quote tweets were something like this. Oh, it's not going good for these people. He just did a project for homelessness, and that barely trended at all. And for something to trend this much, let me just say, because everybody's always calling the Sussex Squad meanies, this isn't just a Sussex Squad. You don't get 12 million views just because the Sussex Squad is tweeting. It's people outside of this bubble and the general public that are saying the same things. And it's really not that, you know, the way William looks physically. If he looked this way and was a decent person, nobody would care. It's the fact that, you know, it's what's inside has leaked into the outside. And it happens to all of them. That's the Windsor gene. Okay. In other news, the press aren't learning, or the British tabloids at least. So Hello Magazine posted this on Twitter. Kate goes off duty in 70s flares and Baker Boy cap for a weekend outing. Now, two things about this. Number one, this is an old photo. And number two, this is an Photoshop photo. Or airbrush, rather. I think airbrush is a better word, because you can see what they've done to her skin. But the actual photo that was taken of her out recently was the full-length one that you can see. So she's wearing a different jacket. And as Livy Smith pointed out, what the fresh hell is this? Hello Mag using a Photoshop picture from years ago instead of one that was taken on the day. It's no wonder she had to put out a dodgy Mother's Day photo. She's clearly not good enough for them as she is. And why they're still doing this after the whole Frankenstein photo thing? I mean, I think it says a lot about how the tabloids feel. And other than that, it's just, it's clickbait and using a photo that's not aligned with the actual article. Because the real photo is the one in the brown coat. Also, GB News, I don't think I have it on the slide, but GB News posted a article about, if I can get it on my, where is it now? Princess Kate's missing engagement ring may have a link to Meghan Markle's ring. Now, the tabloids do this all the time when they have something to say and they are legally gagged from saying it. So can we all guess why? And if you've been in this space, you definitely know why. GB News would post an article, other than clickbait, Princess Kate's missing engagement ring may have linked to Meghan Markle's ring. They want to talk about the ring, and they want to talk about why she hasn't been seen wearing it. She's wearing a ring, but she's not wearing Big Blue. Big Blue, by the way, was always a little bit big. So that's why she has two rings, one at the top and one at the bottom, to stop it from slipping off. And by the way, in Spare, as Harry recounts, Harry didn't even know that William and Kate were engaged, and William asked for the ring after Diana had died. But the tabloid spun this story that Harry gave William the ring. William already had the ring. And I believe the ring actually belongs to the royal collection. So it's not really Kate's. So William can take it back if he wants to. I think there were some pieces of jewelry that the boys got to split between, their wives when they got married. But this ring belongs to the royal estate. And there's still the matter of the millions worth of jewelry that went missing some time back. I think almost 80 million pounds worth of jewelry from the royal collection. Where has that all gone? And some of those pieces from that collection, the last person seen wearing them in public was Kate. How does 80 million just go missing? There's also the matter of the fact that over the past 4 years, despite promising to do so, King Charles and the royals, they have not revealed official gifts for the past 4 years. Now, this particular article is quite interesting in The Guardian because Richard Palmer, who is a royal rotarrat, wrote that article. Now, I didn't follow the drama or what was going on, but Richard Palmer was going back and forth with, I don't know if this person's a squaddy or just like a general commentator who keeps an eye on the royal family and can't stand their nonsense. But they were going back and forth with Richard Palmer, and he was just getting trashed on these internet streets. And not too long after that, I guess they done bullied him so much, Richard Palmer threw a tantrum and decided to write a story that is actually quite critical of the royals, which is interesting, because Richard Palmer is usually a butt kisser. Granted, in this article, he also brings up the issue of Meghan Saudi earrings that were strategically given to her by Angela Kelly, the royal panty picker, in order to set her up. So he does take a dig at Meghan in that article, but otherwise, it's not common that someone like Richard Eden would write an article like this. So that was interesting to see. Right. I think that was, pretty much all I wanted to say today. Thank you as always, folks, for showing up and being supportive. We've still got a couple of nice things before the year ends, and I'm sure other things will pop up. We've got the Polo on Netflix. We've got the Harry and Meghan are going to be giving Tyler Perry an award. So we'll get to see Meghan in a nice dress again, and probably 6 days of Meghan trending for wearing a dress again. So there's a lot to look forward to. EBL, EB Lynn, you said Archwell is participating in the summit in Colombia in November. Does anyone know if they will be there in person or virtually? I mean, since they just went there in person, probably virtually. Hey, Valerie. Welcome back from college. Praying that you do well in your assignments. All right, I'm just going to go through the comments before we wrap things up. Kim, you said, there goes the UK media again with the old Franken photos. It just shouldn't be allowed. Somebody posted this, which I thought was hilarious. Everybody's waiting for American Riviera. Please post. Post something, please. Yeah, where's Diana's engagement ring? Where is it? I mean, mind you, I believe that ring is cursed. Blue sapphires in general are regarded as cursed gems. So I don't know who would want that ring. Wendy said, Meghan only wears simple pieces of jewelry, not fussy, indeed. And Hole, you said, I grew up believing the stories I read on magazines about Harry and William being so close. I mean, we all did. We all did. And why would you question them? And now we know that we should have been questioning them. But part of being in this cult, because at this point we seriously don't call it family, is that you have to put on this show. And then only for us to find out Harry didn't even know his brother was getting married? How? Like, imagine that in your own family. Thank you, Shirley, for tuning in. Appreciate you so much. Joan Garcia, a member for 12 months. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. Yes, S, I can't wait for RO. All my money will be gone. All right, folks. We will wrap things up there. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.